Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today we're going to start chapter number 17 from your textbook, page number 220. The name of the lesson is reversible reactions. So before to start this thing here, I'm going to share a slide, or you can say that the PDF. From here, my dear students, you can see that what is a reaction. First thing that you should know that about a reaction, if you're going to define a chemical reaction that is in front of you, a process in which one or more substances, the reactants, and converted one or more different substances, the products. If you see, that is your left hand side of a chemical equation. Here A and B, these are two reactants. Now when they react with one another, they convert into product. That is the product, mean to say C and D, maybe any. This one you name as product. Now this is a simple chemical reaction in which two substances, we name them as reactants. They react with one another and convert them into product C and D. It's called a simple chemical reaction. Now when we move next, so the next definition of here, it is mentioned the reversible reaction. It is a type of reaction, type of a chemical reaction actually. So let's see what is this one. I would like to read from here, Mr. Marwan. Please, can you read about the definition of reversible reaction?
Okay.
Please.
Reversible reaction. In some chemical reactions, the products of the reaction can react together to produce the original reactants. These reactions are called reversible reactions. They can be represented in the following way.
Thank you very much. Now, what it tells you here, if you're going to read this and try to focus on the definition of reversible reaction, it tells you chemical reaction, the product of reaction can react together to produce the original reactant. What it means? It's going to tell you this the product, that one, it's react again and gives back you reactants. Understand? Normally, chemical reaction is a reaction in which reactants going to react and we get a product. But in reversible reaction, you can see the product like C and D, it react with again and gives you reactants back. So these reactions are called reversible reactions. They can be represented by the following way. So my dear students, still here, if you have any question, you can type in chat, otherwise type no. Thank you very much. Well done, Mr. Raid Majid and Muhammad Qasim. Welcome, my dear. Thank you, Abdul Aziz Tariq, Abdul Qadir. That's great. Okay, now let's see a small difference, but actually it is a big, but for you maybe a small one. You can see here this arrow. That arrow shows you only one direction, from left to right. But when you come towards a reversible reaction, here you can see two arrows, half arrows, one forward and second half arrow backward. It means it can go from left to right and also from right to left. This is called the half arrow, and this is the representation of your chemical reaction in which we show that this is a type of reversible reaction. Now let's see the next part of this lesson. The symbols, these two half arrows has two half arrow head on pointing in each direction. It is used in equation that show reversible reaction. Okay, now the forward reaction in which what you get A plus B like this way. Now this one is the backward. So how we can use or how we can represent this in that way. So here this go backward like C plus D make again A plus B. mean to say reactant to product, and then we get back product to reactants, this P. Now here you can see the diagram that going to show you very well about the reactants, and this one your products. Forward reaction, for example, these A convert into B. Now in the reverse reaction, or you can say that the backward reaction, again B convert to A. Okay, my dear. Till here, if you have any question, please you can raise your hand. Otherwise, type no. This is the simple intro of the reactions about reversible reactions and the chemical reaction. Now I'm going to take you back on your textbook, page number 220. So I would like to give chance for reading. Yes, please.
Have you ever seen a toothbrush that changes color as you use it? The smart plastic contains substances which change color as they get warm. What happens when the toothbrush cools down again? Look at the picture opposite. Why do you think that the brush change color at both ends?
Okay, thank you very much. Look, this one, that's a simple toothbrush, but it's not easily available. If you want to buy, it's a special type. Okay, so if you hold this one, from where you hold the brush, that area, it's going to show you to change its color. Why this happening? Because the reaction, or you can say that the temperature of your hand, that change the color of this specific type of plastic with that brush is made. When you leave the brush, then you will see it will go back on its original color. It means this is a simple example of reversible reaction. First, the temperature of your hand change its color due to warming of your hand. Then you leave the brush, again the normal temperature came on the brush and it will go back. Change which can be or which can go backward or forward are called reversible. This you can say that another simple definition of this type of reaction. Now please, Mr. Rami, can you start reading from here?
Some chemical reactions are reversible. The products can react to give us back the reactant that we start with. Let's look at an example. Experiment.
Yes.
Experiment 70.1. Changing copper sulfate. Gently heat some blue hydrated copper sulfate crystals as shown. Stop when the blue crystal have changed. What happens? What do you notice at the mouth of the test tube?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, what you need to do, my dear students, kindly underline this word hydrated. Okay, we're going to see this one. If I hope you have your textbook with you, and the students, they even not with them, they need to. Okay, no problem, Mr. Raid Majid, you can. Now, let's come back to again the slide where I show you about this. So this was the intro. Now let's see what happened during the chemical reaction, okay, that we studied. When you heated blue hydrated copper sulfate, I'm going to also highlight it. It loses the water which is bonded in its crystal. That the crystal, that the copper sulfate, water is bounded with it, meaning to say it's combined with water, wet little bit. This reaction is called dehydration. So what the meaning of dehydration? Very easy, in which any substance, when it's going to lose water, that is called dehydration. You mostly hear that during diarrhea, maybe someone has loose motion and vomiting. Doctors say avoid him and give him more water, and they give him like drip or glucose like the water, and let him to drink some liquid more, because he avoid that person or baby or patient from dehydration. D mean without. D mean mostly the word D we use its mean to without. Okay. Okay, my dear. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmad. Welcome. Okay, dehydration without water. Understand? That is very easy. It is endothermic. Yeah, who know this term? I know we explained this term very well in the last chapter. So the meaning of endothermic, hope everyone understands. There are two types of reaction in which energy comes and goes out, endothermic and exothermic. Hope you remember. Okay. You get a white powder called anhydrous copper sulfate. What it means? When during the heating process, what happened? That material lose water. Without water, what happened? Its color become white, and what we call anhydrous copper sulfate. If you add the water, blue hydrated copper sulfate is formed again. Here, at that place, if you're going to add again a drop or a couple of drops of water, then what happened? The color of this will come back. Why? Because you just add water. This formed again called hydration. What it means? You're going to add water. So till here, if my dear students, you have any question, you can raise your hand, otherwise type no in the chat. About hydration, dehydration. It's very clear? So easy? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Abdul Rahman, Rami again, Ahmad Ali, Abdul Aziz, Tariq. Thanks, my dear. Now, come to the next part here. You can see the equations. Okay, this one here. Now the chemical equations, and also we name as the example with water, hydrated copper sulfate. Its color is here, blue crystals. Now endothermic, when you're going to heat it, what happened? Its color gone or fed, because water moves. When you're going to heat something, it means it's going to evaporation of the water process, and due to heating, water goes out from the reaction. Now the white powder you can get, but when you again add water, you can get your blue crystals back. Hope everyone understand this thing. Okay, thank you. Now let's go to the next slide. The energy absorbed in the forward reaction in the sum as the energy given out in the reverse reaction. This may be same, not sum, sorry. Okay, what it means? When a reaction is going on during a forward, how much amount of energy release you want to go back, you need the same amount of energy to given to the products. Understand? For example, like you can see here, during or the freezing process of water, if you want to freeze the water, you need to take out energy. Obviously, if you take out energy, then it becomes cool. Understand? So how much energy you take out, this is called your freezing or cooling, or your freezing point of water. Now when you're going to melt it, the same energy you want to absorb or given it. Okay, now first if you given, then in the product you want to take. If you take here, then you need to given here. So here if you take energy, obviously if you take energy, then it become cool. Now if solid ice crystal, now here you give this ice again energy and it become again melt into water. Hope you understand. Okay, thank you very much. Now, when we put some water in the freezer of a refrigerator, it will turn into ice. If we then warm ice, it melts and changes back water. Now let's see a little assessment for today's lesson here. One by one, we're going to discuss all these multiple choices one by one, and let's discuss their answers. Actually, I already given the answer, otherwise I want this answer from you. So the first question is here. What is this symbol? You know very well. Used to represent, there are 4 options. The first one in front of you, dual side reaction. It's not the correct one. Second, dual side process. Not suitable, or you can say that as a best one. The C answer, reversible reaction. As you know very well, from the beginning, we know this symbol we use for reversible reaction. So the best or the correct one is that the option number C. If you have any question about this statement or MCQ, you can raise your hand, otherwise type no in the chat. Okay, now the second multiple choice. When the system A plus B, mean to say reactants, this shows reversible reaction, convert into product C plus D is at equilibrium. Equilibrium means balance, both sides equal. Okay. So let's see the options one by one. A, the forward reaction has stopped. The products they are going to form, it tells you it stopped. Second, both the forward and the reverse reactions have stopped. What is the meaning of equilibrium? C, the reverse reaction has stopped. Now, the option number D, neither the forward nor the reverse reaction has stopped. What it means? It means the reactants like A plus B, they still reacting with C plus G, they are not going to stop. How? When you react A and B, they give you product C and D. Then these C and D, they again react and give you back A and B. What it means? Then there will, you can say that as a cycle is going on from here to here and here to here. Okay, so it means it's going on. So this, neither the forward nor the reverse reaction has stopped, because when you get product, they convert back into reactants. When you get reactants, they again give you product. Easy?
Yes.
Okay, now let's come to question number 3. Meaning of the word anhydrous. If you remember, I told you and I explained you with examples of copper sulfate about hydration, dehydration, and anhydrous. So let's see what it means. Anhydrous, with water, without water, with copper, without copper. So it means the copper one is not the correct one. Okay, so that is meaning here without water. After removing the water, what you have a product we name as anhydrous copper sulfate. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to move on the 4th one, the reaction here. Okay. a reaction which liquid freeze and its solid form change into liquid at same temperature is called. Understand first the statement. What it's going to tells you in the statement. It's not a simple statement. Mostly in IGCSE, these kinds of questions are going to ask you. So you should know very well about this one. A reaction in which liquid freezes. Maybe you can say that when we're going to put water in refrigerator, okay? And its solid form changes into liquid at same temperature is called. What we call this one? It's mean solid and little bit liquid again go back to the liquid to solid and solid to liquid. Understand? Or you can say that a temperature at which both states are present. Easy? Now you understand the statement? Now, first dual side reaction, dual side process, reversible reaction. So that one is the correct option, reversible reaction. The water melts and freeze at. Now it's about water. As you know, Mr. Daud, if you wanna ask, please type in chat, my dear. Thank you very much. Okay. Different temperature, different pressure, same temperature and same pressure. The correct one is same temperature. This is the correct answer. And I think most questions, yeah, this I didn't highlight this, so I'm going to highlight this again. Okay. So my dear students, till here, if you have any question, we do write this. No need to write this. I uploaded this in the lesson. So if you want to ask anything, you can raise your hand, otherwise type no, and me also going to stop the